NerZhul, though, looking to put the final nail in the coffin. And let's see here. I'm going to start recording. Blam. There we go. So, and we're on Lost Temple. So, you know, Lost Temple, kind of considered a Terran-friendly map. Simply put, I mean, you do have the high grounds for the natural expansions. This is so overhashed, but, you know, it's really not. Anyway, yeah, so the shout-out's going there. Anyway. What? Anyway, so, this is CSL. Frag Crag. I don't know who he is, but Frag Crag's here. Anyway, high ground plus tanks or Thors equals pew pew, making your opponent go QQ. You can do it with Immortals. It's kind of, you don't see it very often, and that's the kind of the weird part about it, is it's completely viable, as it would be reminiscent of the Reaver drops back from Brood War.
Brandon, you're not a believer.
Scarabs, and you don't have. Man, they're spamming it on my YouTube as well.
I think this game should favor Jordan, because it's across map position.
Oh crap! I gotta get out of here to get the link. Blam. Sorry, this is totally. Damn it.
Hey, Brandon.
I won't do it. Anyway, since everyone's done spamming their crap, and we can get back to focusing on what's going on in the game, you can see the Immortals. The dual Immortal drops can be very powerful in conjunction with the Warp Prisms. It's very powerful. You can knock down production facilities relatively quickly. These supply depots will just pop. I mean, they melt like butter underneath the fire from the Immortals. Now, it's also micro-intensive, and a lot of the times you see problems with this because the players will drop their macro for the micro, and yeah, they'll do a lot of damage, but they actually end up digging themselves in a hole with it, and that's where you need to, you need to be careful with that kind of play. But it's definitely a notch in your belt that you want to have. It's one of those things you want to be able to throw your opponent off balance, and because you see it from Terran all the time with drops, bio drops. Oh yeah, I mean just absolutely, or Hellion drops. Rate the mineral line. It's very important to be able to do all those things, and Lost Temple is a great place to do that. It's just a very drop-friendly area. You've got this backspace that you can throw down units. You've got this little area that you can't see unless you've got an air unit right here. Like, you can't see the medevac unless you've got an air unit. And so, medevacs and their effectiveness with Phoenix in the air, not effective. Phoenix very powerful, but you don't really see heavy Phoenix play coming from most Protoss players against Terran, simply because you got the Marine threat. The Marines, very small, very numerous, very cheap, and very apt and willing to shoot down your Phoenix. So, it's kind of weird, and I like to see the non-standard play. I'm pretty sure everyone does, because we're tired of seeing the bread and butter, the 4-gate, the 3-gate Robo, the 3-rack, with the 1/1/1 Cloud Destiny Fist of Gayness build. It's all staple stuff that we all need to learn, but there's so much more to it. You see a lot of people like In Control and all that kind of stuff talk about this skill ceilings, and I think that time will show that there's a lot more that can be done with this game than what we're doing right now. Because my play could use a lot of work too, and I'm like number 2 diamond, so I'm not terrible, but I'm not using Nidus Worms like I should. I'm not doing Doom drops. There's a lot more that I should be doing. But anyway, let's change the channel here and let's focus on what's going on. So NerZhul kind of hanging out here on this little peninsula, going to be kicking out a Reaper, and the Reaper is going to be tearing ass across this, and we'll be trying to figure out what exactly is going on over there in JiYan's base. Though NerZhul looking to expand as well. Now, we do have cross positions here. These cross positions, very powerful as far as metagame goes, because you're a lot more likely to see these early expansions coming down. It's a lot safer. The rush distance is a lot lower. And you feel okay. You feel good about yourself when you expand for that. And this Reaper getting up in here. Oh, actually, totally taking a face full of disruptor beams right there. Or particle disruptors. And was completely dispatched as he lost control. So, what are we seeing from JiYan? Well, we're seeing a 3-gate Robo. Now this, I believe, was the best choice. Simply put, You can get the Immortal out. You can get the Colossus out. Since we saw a lot of bio come from NerZhul last time, and we're seeing bio coming from him again, do we have a factory? I don't think. Yeah, we don't have a factory. So definitely the right call, because this heavy Marauder build is very difficult to deal with just gateway units. We saw that. We saw that there with Photosynth. That was prime example. Photosynth had the rape train. It was in the station. He was about to run over Cryan. And guess what? Nope. The rape train turned around and raped him because there's too many Marauders. And these Marauders just so super effective against the gateway units. And you saw with the losses tab as it just started to go completely against Photosynth, even though his macro was godlike compared to what Cryan was bringing to the table. Anyway, we just saw a probe totally get smacked down right there. And JiYan looks like he's feeling a little ballsy, and will be moving out with his standard 3-3-3. Actually, no. I guess it's really not the standard, as we saw Photosynth doing it too. But it's a nice unit composition. 3 Stalkers, 3 Zealots, 3 Sentries. Going to give you a little bit of both worlds right here. And he's going to try to put a little bit of pressure. If not even true pressure, he's going to be able to say, hey, I'm here, don't forget me. Meanwhile, though, NerZhul looking to move out here, and we'll see JiYan actually pull back off of that because there's way too many Marauders and Marines for him to be able to deal with that. And actually, did he get away without being seen right there? Yeah, I don't think that NerZhul knows about that. So NerZhul actually about to be way out of position here, as we could see NerZhul stuck in a sandwich, as he will be actually ooh, he doesn't occupy the tower. Oh, what is this? A Zealot getting a little heroic right there. And yes, force fields go down, the units stimming, and they're way out of position right there. JiYan trying to engage in definitely a positive manner, as bad rally units are getting caught right there. JiYan trying to retreat as he knows he's not where he needs to be. Stimming again, these bio units softening themselves up. JiYan's going to be forced to fight right here. We don't have enough for a Guardian Shield. All these Stalkers and Zealots will be going down, but so many of these bio units are way too soft. As let's go ahead and take a look right there. Totally did not mean to do that. As we see the Immortal will be coming out here momentarily. We see 3 Zealots, 1 Stalker. We see a Robotics Bay down, and NerZhul really not feeling too confident right now, as he's not continuing to press his luck, as we see him continually just reinforcing his units. Now, this is good. You want to be doing this, but he really just owned JiYan's army and had a moment where he could have done a lot of pressure. I don't think he could have been able to actually overthrow JiYan's position, but he might even be able to take down the Nexus. Unfortunately, not enough battlefield awareness, not enough scouting, not enough poking around. And it's difficult, too, to also feel confident in poking around with those bio units because the Sentries are there, and the Sentries can split those armies in half and really cut down on the effectiveness of your army, and you don't want to be caught like that. And it's just not a pretty position to be in. So here we go. JiYan going to be chrono boosting out a Colossi right now, as well, getting the upgrade here from the Forge, ground weapons level 1, and actually going to be getting Thermal Lance as well. So we have an Immortal, a lot of Zealots, 3 Stalkers. Is it going to be enough to deal with it? Well, the Immortal's there, and the Zealots are there. The Zealots are going to be acting as meat shields. Unfortunately, that's all they're really going to be good for. I don't know. If they went toe-to-toe right now, NerZhul would definitely be in a very pretty position, as those Zealots would just melt before that Bio Ball. We could see Guardian Shields coming down as well, giving those Zealots about, honestly, it really elongates their life it almost doubles it with the Guardian Shield down. The Immortal, though, sitting in the background, able to just blow those Marauders away. Yeah, JiYan's been able to recover from this, and, things have kind of stabilized. And we sit there and we look at the income tab. We can see 48 to 47. They're both neck and neck. Both of them are on 2 bases at this point. Looking back at the production tab, both of our players upgrading is good stuff. That's what you want to see. You want to see a healthy game, period. I have my personal favorite. I know who I want to win, but I want to see a quality game, period. I wouldn't want to see someone lose to some scrub play, which happens. It happens, it's unfortunate, but it does happen. But we're seeing good stuff. And macro. Macro's pretty much going to be the name of the game right here. We're 13 minutes in. We're going to be seeing JiYan clearing off the Destructive Breach. Meanwhile, though, NerZhul, same tempo. It's about that time. You need to be expanding again at this point because your opponent is going to be doing the same. And here we go. Charge will be coming here for JiYan, and this is going to be very important because that's going to allow those Zealots to get up in the face of those units in conjunction with Sentries and Colossi. That can be very devastating. these, of course, the force fields will deny any sort of retreat, so the Zealots are going to be able to get in the face of those units because you're going to be seeing those bio units stem, micro back attack, micro back attack, micro back stepping, stair stepping, or whatever you want to call it. And that's very difficult for charge lots to deal with. Now, the initial charge, they'll get in contact, but those bio units are just so quick. Meanwhile, though, we have a sacrificial Marine right here and totally about to get cock-stomped right there. Yes, he just got denied any sort of true vision right there. So many Zealots. Good God. We have 18 Zealots. Yes, that's a lot of Zealots right there. We have 3 Colossi in the mix as well. Let's take a look at the APM tab. Both our players sitting at around the same APM level, so nothing too crazy coming from either of our guys. Ground Weapons level 2 will be coming online here momentarily for JiYan, about halfway done. We do have a Ghost Academy coming here for NerZhul, and that's going to be a huge key aspect of his army because he needs to strip those shields. Now, we're not going to see High Templars, so they're not going to be as effective as they were against Photosynth, but yeah, those EMP blasts just decimate those shields, and shieldless Protoss or sad Protoss, and most likely dead Protoss at the same time. So we do see the Templar Archives will be coming online. Here we go. Couple of Vikings in the mix up here. It looks like NerZhul looking to do something here, but the forces of JiYan are split up. Guardian Shields going down. And are we going to see force fields try to deny this retreat? And it looks like NerZhul's forces are going to be absolutely routed right here as all of those Zealots trying to get underneath that protective shield of the Guardian Shield. And this Colossus just absolutely raping those guys right there. And Stimming, once again, these guys are so weak at this point. These Zealots just begging to get in contact right there as they continue to charge, sticking those plasma blades in the back of that Marauder as he is sliced and dies like a dirty little, I don't know, cheap-ass, one of those late-night commercials. Anyway, something like that. You get the reference. And here we go. NerZhul once again retreating. Force fields coming down. Not able to get it, so going to be denying any sort of counterattack right now. But JiYan will be attacking this high-yield expansion. Planetary Fortress will be fighting back with some Immortal. He's going to be punching holes in it. We actually see the SCVs coming over there. Now, we could see the Colossi siege it from range. And that's actually what I'd like to see. But JiYan not feeling comfortable in his position right here.
Should attack.
He's actually going to be sitting back and will be kind of sipping on some tea or whatever you want to say. He is in command right here. Let's take a look at the loss tab. That's not too pretty. This is actually an exact flip of what we saw in between Photosynth and Cryan. And here we go. These Colossus getting ballsy will be looking to go on the high ground and are about to just, rape. There we go.
I think you just said one or two.
SCVs right there. Sorry. I'm having a lot of fun right now. So if you couldn't tell. So NerZhul in a lot of trouble right here. He is pretty much going to have this entire mineral patch shut down. He could lose this the Planetary Fortress altogether if JiYan was adamant about sieging it with those thermal lance beams. But taking a look at the army tab, still a pretty commanding lead coming here from JiYan. He has the unit composition and he has the numbers to absolutely deal with this. And here we go. And are we going to see an EMP blast? Whoa, where is it? No EMP blast. Oh, the ghost getting cut down before anything could happen. And that army just being sliced and diced right there. Could it be? Could JiYan seal the deal right here? I don't know. He's moving in full Guardian Shield coverage right here. SCVs coming off the line. Going to be trying to act as meat shields as those, oh man. All those Zealots getting up in the faces of those units. Can't really see it right there. But force field's going down as well. Only a couple Marauders left up here in the north. And Vikings desperately trying to VTOL down. And there we go. NerZhul, Jing, and JiYan has put UC Riverside back in it. And we will be seeing the ace match coming in between these two great teams.